on today's episode. The Giants will work out Shedeur Sanders. Paige Bueckers goes first in the WNBA Draft. And Wilbon's boy, Nico Harrison, says he has no regrets about trading Luka Doncic, the worst trade of all time. But we begin today with tonight's Western Conference play-in game, Memphis at Golden State. Head-to-head this season, the Warriors have beaten the Grizzlies 3 of 4. Ja Morant played in 2 of those games, winning 1, losing 1. Jimmy Butler only played in 1 of those games for the Warriors, and the Warriors won it. Wilbon, what is your level of confidence that the Warriors will win tonight?
It's not great. It might be a 6. No, it's just not great because they've lost 3 games at home down the stretch, including one to San Antonio. If they win that game, they're not even in this predicament. And yet they've got an extra game with Steph Curry with his thumb banged up and Jimmy Butler with a thigh contusion. And maybe they peaked at that game a week ago Thursday in Los Angeles when they beat the Lakers.
So are you
or when
Steph
Memphis? Curry had like 52 against Memphis. No, I said 6. You asked me the confidence. I said 6. So I think the Warriors will win. But I'm just saying the Warriors, Tony, it's not like a week ago there was this wave of...
You believe you think. You think you believe. You're not sure. You're not certain. Tell me when you're done. Yeah, I'm totally certain. Well, first of all...
You're totally certain?
First of all, Golden State does not have to win this game. No. If they lose this game, they get to play one more game.
But then they'd be in the 8th spot and have to play OKC
they get
in the
to
first
play
round.
One more game and winner take all, and it is as well at home. I like the Warriors. I'm going to tell you what. I like Steve Kerr over some guy who has coached 9 games in the league and is 4-5 after those 9. Yeah. I like Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry over Ja Morant. Because Jimmy Butler has been to NBA Finals. Steph Curry been to multiple, won multiple. Ja Morant, not so much. 7-12 in playoff games. I am interested in your pick because I'd like to remind you and anybody who is watching us that within the last month you have said on air that you believe Oklahoma City and Memphis are going to be
the last month. That was back in January.
Going to be the final teams in the Western Conference. So I assume you have to pick Memphis.
No, and that was back in January before they did things like fire the head coach, to which you referred.
Yes.
And before Ja started either throwing grenades or taking a rifle, which he could be suspended for.
So you're on Golden State.
Because the commissioner didn't say pretty please.
You're on Golden State.
I think Golden State's going to win. The question is...
Confidence level.
Yes.
Okay, I'm high on it.
Do you not see those games they lost?
I understand. They have lost their last 3 at home.
Yes.
They have also never won a play-in game. They're 0-3. So it's trending against them. But I believe in Golden State over Memphis. Yeah. I do. I believe they will win the game.
First of all, Ja Morant, when he's out there and engaged and not worried about throwing grenades, Ja Morant is a great player, Tony. And he's got support from Jaren Jackson Jr., who's a defensive player of the year. He's got Desmond Bane. They've got, Memphis is much deeper than Golden State.
Are they as good as Butler and Curry?
No.
That's all.
But I tell you what.
That's it. Witness is excused.
Was San Antonio as good as those guys? Oh, you stopped chirping, didn't you? Okay.
No, I said the witness was excused. Let's go.
Let's move to the NFL draft speculation. The New York Giants, who hold the 3rd pick, will reportedly hold a private workout on Thursday with Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders. That's just 1 week before the actual draft. The Giants will separately work out Alabama's Jalen Milroe and Louisville's Tyler Shuck. Tone, the Giants already signed Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson this offseason. So does the team's interest in Sanders, the alleged interest, seem sincere to you or just like a bluff to lure a team, anybody, into trading up?
So I'm not going to question the sincerity of this. I have no reason to particularly question it. But I will say, as you know, I feel this way. This guy does not meet their immediate needs. Okay, the Giants are a lousy team. They won 3 games this past season. It's impossible for us to believe that the coach and the general manager will get another year if they have another bad year. So they have to win now. They have to win now. That's why you don't get a rookie quarterback and turn over a team to a rookie quarterback.
You mean like the Commanders just did successfully?
Much better. He was a much
You don't know how
better,
good this guy's going to be?
He's not going to be that good because nobody's been that good.
Okay.
He's not going to be that good. They have to win now. That's why you get Russell Wilson. That's why you get Jameis Winston.
I understand why they did.
Your future. Look, you may think that Shedeur Sanders is your future,
right?
But if you're the coach and the GM, your future is right now because you won't have another year. Now, what has happened with Derek Carr means that New Orleans needs a quarterback. Okay, so they could chase Aaron Rodgers. They could try to trade for Kirk Cousins.
Stop with
or
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, or they could
We're
draft
not one
a
of those
quarterback.
shows.
But they're sitting at 9. So the logical trade partner is the Giants at 3. That's the logical trade partner.
But
That's
if I'm
what I
the
think will
Giants and I
happen.
can't get the pass rusher out of Penn State, if I trade down from the, who am I going to get? If you're talking about winning now, you better get some damn players.
Okay.
Okay? And
Not
you got another kid from Colorado who may be the greatest prospect
He may not
of
last.
all time.
He may not last to 3.
He may not.
No, he may
okay,
not
but
last to 3.
then that means you got the kid from Penn State.
Yeah.
Who's going to be
at 3. But do you agree that taking a rookie quarterback when your jobs are on the line, you have to win now?
Again, okay.
He's
that
1 in a
sounds
million.
great.
Jaden Daniels is 1 in a million.
But we just saw it.
Right.
We saw it 50 yards from this studio.
Didn't he win the Heisman as well? Jaden
Yeah, he
Daniels?
won the Heisman.
Yeah, didn't and yeah.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know how good Shedeur Sanders is going to be. But I will tell you this. The Giants thought Daniel Jones was going to be real good. Didn't work out. The Jets next door thought Zach Wilson would be really good. It didn't work out. Because right now, the Meadowlands in the last few years is a burial grounds for quarterbacks.
My feeling about Paige Bueckers is steps into the league, is great. Dallas goes from picking first to the playoffs. That's my expectation based on other
Indiana did
acquisitions
that. Indiana did that with Caitlin Clark, right? Went to the playoffs.
So I want to see Malanga. I mean, first of all, Tony, it's not just dunking. If you watch enough of this video, which we've been able to watch the last few days, she's got a complete game. And she seems to have this infectious personality which allows for her to do great things. I want to see her. Right. Maybe it's overstated, but maybe not. 6'6" with that kind of talent, Tony, it doesn't just seem like she'll be, one of the best inside players in the league. It seems like she could be the best very early on.
Okay. Look, I'm going to agree essentially with all the points that you're making. We have seen Paige Bueckers for what seems like 10 years now.
Yeah.
4 years ago, she was the College Player of the Year when she was 19. Now she's 23. We just saw her lead UConn to a national championship. We have seen her. We know her. We don't know anything about Malanga.
No,
she is a complete unknown.
Totally.
The first sentence on all the stories says that she's 6'6" and from France, and the second sentence says she dunks in games. So now she's being compared to Victor Wembanyama, which is completely understandable because she's French. If she was Serbian, she'd be compared to Jokic. Yeah. Okay? That's what that is about. But in terms of excitement, since you've seen one and you haven't seen the other.
You got to be intrigued to see.
Of course.
I'm intrigued to see what the Sky is going to do, having picked Haley Van Lith and a Slovenian shooter. I care about my own team.
No, and I understand that.
By the way, the Mystics had a draft. They did.
You're the only one who knows this. They drafted 15 people.
Because like a lot of people, I watched.
I mean, I would say, and you would agree with this, the better bet long-term is Paige Bueckers.
Happy anniversary, Jackie Robinson. This is posthumous, of course, but on this day 78 years ago, Jackie Robinson broke baseball's racial barrier when he debuted with the Brooklyn Dodgers. Baseball celebrates this milestone across the league today, and rightfully so. Nearly 80 years later, this resonates as one of the most important events of the 20th century. Jackie Robinson is one of the most significant people in the history of sports and the history of this country.
So as you know, I think this is the most important single event that ever happened in sports in the United States of America. And maybe I feel it a little bit more deeply being from New York, because I know that's, that's where it happened in Brooklyn. I don't think you can say enough or write enough about how important that is.
You cannot. We are total agreement on that.
Happy trails to Nico Harrison, professing any lament about trading away Luka Doncic. The Mavs general manager told a select group of Dallas-based media this morning he has no regrets about trading Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, adding that many successful decisions he has made have been initially met with skepticism, like trading for Kyrie Irving. Harrison added, quote, "Our philosophy is that defense wins championships, and we are built on defense," unquote. He also said he sees himself finishing out his contract, which has 3 years remaining. The Mavs take on the Kings in the play-in tomorrow night.
What else is he supposed to say? I regret the deal a month after making it or 2 months. Listen, don't tell me the owner wasn't front and center, the new Dallas Mavericks owner on this. I think Nico could be just absorbing a lot of the slings and arrows for the owner, which is part of his job.
I said the day it happened, he will be fired, and it will be quick. And I think it will be fired. I think he will be fired. We would also like to note the passing of Don Hasselbeck. Hasselbeck passed away Monday at the age of 70. The tight end played 9 seasons in the NFL, mostly with the Patriots, though he won a Super Bowl with the 1983 Raiders. But Don Hasselbeck was perhaps best known as the father of former NFL quarterbacks Matt and Tim Hasselbeck, both of whom have been terrific contributors to this program, and we send the Hasselbeck family our condolences.
We do indeed.
One addition on tonight's Hawks Magic game that I know you're going to watch, and I'm not. Clint Capella out with a ligament strain. You want to go to the big finish?
Let's do it.
Damian Lillard will reportedly miss the start of the NBA playoffs due to his blood clot. Your thoughts?
The feeling is that Dame may be back later in this first round or in the playoffs. I don't know that Milwaukee can get through the first round without Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard's a great player. Well, best of health, first of all. Luis Suarez says Lionel Messi wants to play for Argentina in next year's World Cup. Does that make sense?
Makes sense on a lot of levels. First of all, he's a great player.
39.
And it's the World Cup.
Yeah.
But he's also based in Miami now. And this World Cup is going to be in Mexico, the United States, and Canada. So he would bring something to it specifically that he wouldn't bring some other part of the world, I would think. Hall of Famer Joe Dumars finalizing a deal to run the Pelicans. Is that a good fit?
It's a great fit. Joe Dumars is a native of Louisiana. And Joe Dumars built a championship team in 2004, the Pistons, and they didn't have what you would call, my apologies to my buddies, Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton, they didn't have a player you would say is transcendent, right?
Had a great coach.
Joe Dumars had a great coach.
Had a great coach.
The Rockies put Chris Bryant on the 10-day DL with lumbar degenerative disc disease. Your reaction?
It was great with the Cubs. I haven't thought of them in years. Last one. Canadian teenage rookie Ivan Demidov had a goal and an assist his debut. You're impressed, aren't you?
Sure, but they lost to the Blackhawks. Canadians aren't in the playoffs yet. Come on now.
We're out of time. We'll try and do better the next time. I'm Tony Kornheiser.
And I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow, Knuckleheads.